Dairy-free, inching on gluten-free, and loving it. Awesome.
Janice says, listen to the podcast. Amazing. That's great. Love
Had,
that.
Had a great weekend. Subscribe to the Sisterhood over the weekend.
Yay. Congrats. Let us know how you're liking it in the comments. Someone asked, do you use birth control with your PCOS?
No.
Yeah, Talian does not. But she was offered it when she was trying to manage her PCOS, and it's something she had to learn about before doing.
Thank you so much for all your help.
Oh, you're very welcome. So just a quick little update about us, what we're doing. So what do we do over the weekend, babe?
Someone says metformin got recalled for having cancer-causing ingredients. I'll tell you one thing, Inositol does not have that problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, where were we? Just a FY schwai to the people who may not have heard, but there was a recent recall on metformin, supposedly that they found like a cancer agent, something like that, in metformin on some of the supplies, maybe. So just look into that. Make sure that your specific pill that you're taking is not affected or something, because I don't know if they're all affected. You just want to be aware of what's going on.
They're all affected.
Yeah, just look into those news to know what's going on. All right, update. Weekend update. What did you do over the weekend, my love?
I relaxed, and I posted all about my relaxing weekend. I feel like I had a publicized weekend.
Well, that's our life on Instagram.
Laundry.
It's all publicized.
I mean, let's see, got a haircut. Grocery shopped, cleaned out the fridge. Why don't you tell them
about the thing in the dairy?
Oh my gosh.
We have a story.
It's not that bad anymore, but I ate dairy last weekend, and this huge cyst on my forehead grew, and it was so bad. I mean, there was like nothing that could cover. It was like 3-dimensional. It was so bad, but now I'm okay because I used this like exfoliating serum, and I found that really helped with getting rid of that cystic acne. Also, drinking a lot of water, also eating a lot of greens, and just like avoiding dairy for a good week.
Yeah.
So that was fine. It goes away.
Yeah. And then some people are mentioning how they read about metformin and things like that, and is Inositol a better option? I mean, we're not here to tell anyone that
you should switch or anything.
Yeah, we're not here to say.
Yeah.
But we do have, like, somebody asked, I was just prescribed, I don't know what to do, someone just said. So we have like great podcast episodes, PCOS and metformin, about PCOS and birth control, like going into the pros and the cons, things like that. So you can go to the podcast and really like learn about it there, so that you can make like a informed decision on your own. So at least like you're not going to the doctor not having like an idea of what you should do.
Yeah. I've read that there's a study that states that inositol works just as effectively as metformin.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were thinking of going the more natural route, consider Inositol.
Yeah.
Someone asked how to manage stress in college, and that is such an interesting question because I feel like I really struggled with that in college.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. What are my tips? Definitely get 8 hours of sleep. Definitely try to sleep. Prioritize it. Maybe hang out with your friends a little bit less, or try to spread out your studying so that you're not cramming, things like that, so that you can keep up and pay attention in class so you don't have to study as much after class.
Yeah.
That was my problem. So when you're fatigued and like with PCOS, you're in like a daze, brain fog if you're sensitive to gluten, dairy especially. So in class, you might not be like paying attention, and it might be really hard for you to be awake and focused. But the more you do these PCOS-friendly lifestyle changes, the more focused you can be, and the less you have to study outside of class, and the more sleep you'll get. So
this is about college specifically?
I mean, anything in life.
Yeah, because we do have like a whole podcast episode on college and like being a student and managing PCOS, because we talk about like going to the cafeteria, how to like pick the right foods in the cafeteria and things like that. So it's really good too.
How can I detox? I had so much junk this week. No detox needed. Just continue. No big deal.
Yeah. And somebody asked about with a gluten dairy-free lifestyle, should we have a cheat day in a week when going gluten dairy-free? So great question, sisters. And honestly, like the way we like to look at it is there's no such things as cheat days, because we don't call it a cheat day. It's you living your life. it's about maintaining a consistent lifestyle. So if you feel like you want to have gluten or dairy or whatever in a day, or like whatever the time frame is, go for it, live your life. It's not about like getting down on yourself or making the wrong decision, because there's no wrong decision. You're just living your life. And if you feel something, go for it. And it's about maintaining that consistent lifestyle. So it's not about perfection, but about being consistent.
That's right. If you're recently diagnosed, I suggest you get started with our podcast or join the Sisterhood.
Yeah.
Because that will just clear everything up in a really concise and fun and informative way, where you'll have a supportive community with you along the journey.
Yeah. And with like, if you're just getting started too, it's really about finding or learning about your PCOS. So it's easy to be overwhelmed with all the information because you don't know what to incorporate at first, because there's so many things you're learning. So it's really important to go slow. So try to learn slowly and apply those things slowly, so you know what's working and you know what's not working. So like, if you try so many things at the same time and your body is seeing benefits, you don't know what was making those benefits come to life. Like, for example, right now we have the COVID outbreak, right? There's a bunch of different companies trying to find the vaccine. If they try all these vaccines at the same time and they cure it or whatever, we don't know which vaccine did it, right? It's the same exact thing when it comes to your PCOS. Like, similarly, like if you're trying all these different things, how are you going to know what's working if you're doing everything at the same time? So it's important to go slow, take it one step at a time, and then try to see what's working and then just build on that. You have time. You don't have to rush it out.
We have not chosen the giveaway winner yet.
Oh yeah, for the podcast. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna announce the giveaway winner for the podcast towards the end of this. So in like 20-30 minutes, we'll announce the winner for 3-month supply of Inositol.
Too much. Kate says, I just started my period. I started completely gluten and dairy free 8 days ago, and I lost 2.5 kilograms.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Great
How
job,
long
sister.
had it been since your last period? I know with PCOS, it takes a while sometimes in the beginning. Let's see.
Oh, and somebody was asking about, I have a lot of like a depression and anxiety issues with my PCOS. How can I start on improving that? Do you have any tips, improvements on that, babe?
Yeah, I mean, putting your mental health first is really important.
Yeah.
Like, first and foremost, see a therapist. That's wonderful. It can do wonders. And also, changing your diet and lifestyle can give you like a positive boost to your day. So we have a lot of tips for you. Also, sleeping well and taking CBD can help with your mood as well. I know somebody just commented saying that it really helps with their sleep when they take CBD. So that is really important, getting good sleep, staying relaxed. CBD helps lower cortisol levels. That's your stress hormone. So Sinek likes to drown me in CBD.
Yeah, and also like another great thing you can do mentally is like meditation. Meditation really helps to like calm your brain and get yourself mentally more aware and like help control your feelings. I personally do it like almost every day for like 10-15 minutes. So it's like a great option if you are thinking of trying to just help with your anxiety and depression, as well as like seeing a therapist, because like seeing a therapist, in my opinion, is the most helpful.
Thank you. I dropped 10 kilograms and 2 dress sizes in the past 5 months. I did a lot of lifestyle changes, but leaving gluten and dairy was the biggest change. Wow. I walk 10,000 steps every day and do my yoga.
Wow, great job, sister.
That is what I'm talking about.
And I really liked it, like just taking your time and being patient with your progress and the changes, because it's not like a fast thing, right? And you put in the work, you deserve the results, and it doesn't matter like what your goals are and what you want the results to be. If you're taking a step in there, then congratulations to you. You're doing big things.
Look, Bree Allman says, I've almost reached 40 pounds. Like losing 40 pounds. That's amazing.
Yeah. Especially when like so many people, they get stuck at like a weight plateau because they're trying so many things, but unfortunately there's not enough information out there to kind of like keep on going. So once you get past that hump, whatever it is, that wall, it's almost like it's even easier now. It's just like it's a little bit difficult to get through that wall.
Yeah, in the beginning, it gets a little challenging. If you're eating out, if you're cooking, you're learning which ingredients are gluten and dairy free and good for you, it gets a little bit challenging, but then you get used to it. Yeah. Speaking of gluten and dairy free, last night I made delicious gluten and dairy free pumpkin muffins. And I want to share my secret to making it low in sugar. So basically, it called for like half a cup of maple syrup. So I put 2 tablespoons. And then I put like a spoonful of applesauce that I had in the fridge. And then it called for chocolate chips, and I used cocoa nibs instead. So that gave like the chocolatey flavor, but without the actual chocolate. I did sprinkle some chocolate chips in there, but it wasn't like the half a cup of chocolate chips that the recipe asked for. It was just like a bunch of cocoa nibs. If you've tried cocoa nibs, let me know. So these are my little hacks to making a low sugar fall festive pumpkin spice muffin. Let's see. What do you feel about the Ayurvedic approach to healing PCOS? I think it's great. Great. You should try acupuncture if you feel like you're having blood sugar control issues. It's great for stress as well. Let's see. Looking a bit tired. I'm definitely fine. Okay.
Who should I see to get a diagnosis? I self-diagnosed but want to confirm. So with PCOS, you need 2 out of 3 symptoms to usually have PCOS. So it is irregular periods, ovarian cysts, and hyperandrogenism. So if you have 2 out of 3, then there's a good chance you might have PCOS. And we advise you basically to go to a doctor and get blood work done, ultrasound to check the ovaries for cysts and things like that. So that's kind of like the directions you can follow. And we actually had a discussion about this with Dr. Nirvana on today's episode, on a new episode that will be coming up. And we actually talk about the specific types of blood work and things like that. So that will be on a future episode. Okay.
Is Inositol good for PCOS? Well, it is excellent for PCOS. In this for women with PCOS, it's absolutely incredible. And that's why we constantly talk about Inositol. Like, it's not just some random supplement. It's like one of the best supplements for PCOS. And you can actually see results from it like within the 3-month span that you take it. And you can take it for longer than 3 months. I still take it sometimes, but definitely take it consistently for 3 months to see the best results, and then take it for 3 more months if you want. But once your period regulates with it, you have no cravings, insulin resistance is under control, it improves egg quality and ovulation, it regulates your period, and it's just this awesome supplement. Actually, I have it right here. Okay. Right here. It's just a powder. It's flavorless. You pour it in your water, mix it up, and you're done. Boom.
All right. Someone said, can you please tell some tips to conceive naturally with PCOS? So we have the perfect resource for you. We just came out with a brand new episode today. It's how to promote fertility with Dr. Nadia Pataguana. So go to the podcast, A Sister and Her Mister. It's available Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere, YouTube. So listen to that because we go really deep into it. We go into the tips, the guides, and even if you're not trying to have a baby right now, why it's important to think about fertility now and making sure that everything's good. So in the future, when you want to have a baby, that things will be all easy. Because I know a lot of times we just want to not worry about the baby part right now and worry about it later because you might not want to have a baby, which is totally acceptable. However, the thing is, you just want to think about if you don't start making the positive changes now, it can be harder in the future, like a snowball effect. So we talk about in the episode why it's important to talk about it now, improve on it now, so that later down the line it's easier.
I see someone asking if I've reversed my PCOS. I actually have, and I don't have any of my symptoms unless I stop doing the things that are great for me. Last weekend, I had some dairy and cystic acne just reappeared. I used to have ovarian cysts. They all went away. Every single symptom has completely reversed itself because of going gluten and dairy free, because of trying to maintain low stress, trying
Yeah.
to drink my Inositol as needed when I feel like I've had too many carbs.
Yeah.
Oh, staying within my carb tolerance. I mean, we have outlined all of the steps that I've taken in the past 10 years, figuring out how to manage my PCOS, including workouts, including carb tolerance, going gluten dairy free. It's all outlined in the Sisterhood.
Yeah. And let's see. I love you guys, says Debbie Prada. Thank you. We love you too. Someone said, how do you manage chin hair? So that's
Laser.
yeah, but that's related to basically like hirsutism or basically elevated male hormones, testosterone usually, and many times that can be attributed to insulin resistance. So basically, insulin resistance can lead to hirsutism, which is basically like hair growth or hair loss, or even like like acne and things like that. And we actually talk about this on the episode that's out today. And it's very interesting how Dr. Nadia Paraguana explains it. It's basically it's not only that there's elevated testosterone, but also your liver makes this sex hormone called globulin.
Sex hormone binding globulin.
Sex hormone binding globulin.
And globulin. It's like a sponge.
Yeah, and this sponge goes and gets the extra testosterone so that it doesn't affect your body, right?
Yeah.
However,
cleans it up.
Yeah, it cleans it up. However, when you have insulin resistance, this sex hormone binding globulin is not created enough. So now you have all this testosterone, but the sex hormone binding globulin is less than before. So now it can't go and grab onto the testosterone and basically neutralize it. So that's basically how insulin resistance affects the body. One, it can actually increase the testosterone, but also at the same time decrease the sex hormone binding globulin. So the science, when you look at it, it's very cool. You can kind of understand like what's happening.
Yeah, and even managing your blood sugar and your stress can affect your testosterone levels. I know somebody was just asking how to reduce your testosterone. Insulin triggers high testosterone, so you want to make sure that you're, eating less sugar and managing your insulin well. Gluten and dairy are two really insulin spiking foods that you might be sensitive to that might be causing issues. So we highly recommend trying to go gluten and dairy free for at least a month to see if it works for you. Of course, if it doesn't, there are other things you can do for PCOS. So always stay optimistic, keep investigating your health. It's never one size fits all. You always want to do, if something's not working for you, don't do it and then try to do something else that might work.
Yeah.
With PCOS, it's really trial and error. Like we have to change our lifestyle, our diet for specifically our body. So if someone tells you like, oh, this is stupid, don't do it. Like if you haven't tried it, you don't know if it's not going to work for you.
Yeah, exactly. So there was some questions about, shoot, I missed it. Oh, like someone asked if I'm just starting on like PCOS, what are your tips on like diet and like what can I start with, diet and lifestyle changes? So if you're new to our platform, our page, basically what we like to recommend is going gluten and dairy free. And two of the main reasons why is that gluten and dairy free are two of the top foods that cause insulin issues as well as inflammation. So we like to and that's actually the two main types of PCOS. Like a lot of women have both insulin resistance and inflammation. In fact, 70 to 80% of women with PCOS have insulin resistance. And we all know that inflammation is one of the most underlying factors of PCOS. So by going gluten and dairy free, it really helps to kind of target those two main issues. And we like to recommend trying gluten and dairy free for that reason. Obviously, not everything will work for every single person. Not everyone's the same. That's why we suggest trying it, seeing if it's right for you. Many sisters see results in a few days, like changes. And then a lot of sisters see like big things coming in like 2 to 4 weeks and such.
Someone says, I know you talk about low intensity workouts. I'm so passionate about dance and train 16 hours a week at a semi-professional level, but I just don't want to stop. Don't stop. If you are really passionate about it and this is working for you and you're happy, don't stop. Just evaluate your stress levels and make sure that you counter it with a lot of stress-free activity. If you're doing high intensity dancing, then afterwards try to, take some CBD, make sure you sleep enough, value those things that help lower your stress hormones. But you don't have to if it's your passion, a thing that you do, we're not telling you to upheave your whole life. Just make sure you're aware of the stress that it might be causing your body, and make sure you counter it with the proper things. Nutrition, you're eating enough calories, you're getting enough sleep, you're not drinking coffee, doing everything else to keep your stress hormones low.
Mm-hmm. So there was a question about PCOD and PCOS. What are the differences? And I wanted to just read from an article, website, just so we get it completely right here. So PCOS is a disorder of the endocrine system, while PCOD is a condition developed by the imbalance of hormones. Doesn't make sense that much right there. So let me give you guys a more detailed description here. Where was it? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I just had it. I just had it.
She says, thank you so much. That was so good to hear. No problem. Yeah, don't force yourself to do anything you really don't want to do. Try to find balance in your life so you can fit it in and so that you're happy.
Mm-hmm.
My period's not regular for 5 years. Help. Try Inositol. Or try managing your insulin levels naturally. So that could be reducing your blood sugar by not eating sugary foods. That can be by making sure that you're eating within your carb tolerance and you're not having a big bowl of oatmeal for breakfast and you're really mindful of how many carbs are in it. One way to manage carb tolerance is to make sure that you're eating between 120 and 150 grams of carbs. And then see, how you feel within that range for a whole week. Eat within that range each day. If you like it, if you're losing weight, and if you feel energized and you're not fatigued, then it's working for you. But if you don't like it and you don't feel good and you're fatigued and it's too many carbs for you, lower it just a little bit. That means 90 to 120 grams of carbs, and see if that range is better. And then lower it just a little bit more if that's still not better. So basically, that's how you find your carb tolerance. We give more details in the Sisterhood. But I found my own carb tolerance around 100 to 120 grams of carbs. And any more than that, I feel really fatigued and exhausted. It's just too much. They're waiting for you.
I know.
Did you find it?
Yeah. So PCOS has a number of symptoms which include obesity, irregular periods, no periods at all, excess facial hair, baldness, patches, axillary hair, body odor, fatigue, and it goes on. And then it says here with PCOD, yeah, I heard something. What's going on? Okay, PCOD has similar symptoms with some major differences. It says it's rare to be detected at an early age. Periods are irregular rather than none at all. Heavy bleeding as periods are irregular, so there's a buildup on the uterine wall. Obesity, it says, is more severe in PCOD than PCOS. And honestly, it says here that there is no specific test that can be used to decipher or that can be used to diagnose PCOS or PCOD. And yeah, it honestly looks like there's not much difference or information that explains really what the difference is. But it basically says that PCOS is more severe than PCOD.
Dr. Brighton has some great articles that can help answer that question. She certainly does. Her website is a forum of information about PCOS and birth control.
Okay, this is I feel this is the best sentence right here. PCOD is a disorder caused by an imbalance of hormones in the reproductive system. Okay? PCOS is an endocrinal problem. So women who suffer from PCOS produce higher than usual levels of androgen, the male hormone in the body, which can impact the monthly ovulation cycle.
So it's the same thing. That's what it sounds like. I don't know, you guys.
Okay.
So either way.
All right. Either way, which if you're diagnosed with PCOS,
try going gluten and dairy free.
yeah, like we're here to help you if you're diagnosed with PCOS or PCOD. Sure, like it may be that a lot of similarities in the diet and lifestyle changes, but we're basically here to help you with whatever your diagnosis is with PCOS and help you kind of like make the diet and lifestyle changes that can really help you reverse the symptoms. Because you know, like if you just been diagnosed with PCOS, don't feel like you are stuck, or you don't feel like that's like a death sentence, because it's not. Because it's very, very easy to reverse. Not very, very easy, don't get me wrong, but it's very, very, very possible to reverse those symptoms and live a symptom-free life. I mean, I don't want to.
You know what it is? It's really unbelievable that we don't receive any of this information when we're diagnosed, like not even an inkling that there's any other option other than birth control. And it's so easy to just, for a doctor to like say something and they don't say something, and it drives us crazy. And some people spiral into eating disorders and sometimes into like years of suffering from symptom to symptom, getting worse and worse and snowballing. Even while you're on birth control, it just snowballs underneath it. So once you get off, it's like worse later. And it could all be avoided if we just take control and educate ourselves and learn more about PCOS.
Yeah. Yes. So
everybody is different. I saw a change within 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sometimes the first couple weeks of going gluten and dairy free, people don't see any changes. I mean, they see changes in symptoms and how they feel, but not on the scale. Mm-hmm. And that's totally fine. You should stick to it. If you're seeing changes with your mood, with your bloating, with your skin, whatever, like it means something's working. So stick to it. Don't give up just because the scale didn't move. The scale doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. Yeah. And
oh, look, I have been gluten-free for a little over 2 months. Just started to see the scale move. That's what I'm saying. It could take some time to get that inflammation out, to get other components layered into the gluten and dairy-free lifestyle, like Inositol or whatever you would try to like add on to it. Takes time.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. From YouTube, does high insulin cause high LH levels when rest hormones are normal, including all androgens? And she says there's weight on belly, thighs, and she wants to get rid of that. So, high insulin, LH levels, what do you think?
Well, if you manage your insulin resistance, then you can really get some control over that. Also, doing thigh workouts is great for insulin resistance. I think you mentioned.
Yeah, it helps pick up the sugar in the blood.
Yeah, it helps pick up sugar in your bloodstream and burn it up for energy and build muscle, which continues to burn the sugar in your bloodstream after your workout. It's great. Also, those like high intensity, like I know a lot of us jump into like running or kickboxing and things like that after getting diagnosed because you really want to lose weight and you're just trying all these things. Well, actually doing those high intensity long workouts are actually going to pump a bunch of sugar into your bloodstream. And then you're not going to be able to burn that because we're insulin resistant. So we don't end up losing any weight doing that type of high intensity long endurance workouts. So, I mean, that's why some people say HIIT is good. So doing like short, intense workouts for like 1 minute and then stopping and then 1 minute and stopping. Or not 1 minute, but like a period of time and then stopping. That's better than doing like a long workout for like an hour going on this run.
Yeah.
You'll see better results. But with our workouts, the slow weighted workouts really target all the components to PCOS weight loss.
Yeah.
Keeping the stress hormones low, building muscle. It's great.
When it comes to contraceptives for PCOS, we don't really know. We're not like, since we don't really promote birth control, we're not really knowing about specific brands, as well as it's something you should discuss with your doctor because everyone's body is different. So we won't recommend.
We might do a podcast episode discussing the different types of contraception out there. Of course, the safest one hormonally is probably checking your temperature, with a Daisy thermometer to see if your temperature is high, and then that means that you're going to get your period and so on. You can like track your ovulation, but
Sure.
We'll talk about that in an episode one day.
Yeah. And then
feel free to give us podcast episode recommendations.
Yeah, give us podcast episode recommendations, please. We'd love to hear that and basically make some episodes based on that. Okay, let's talk about caffeine. I see a lot of questions about caffeine. So can we have caffeine with PCOS, babe?
Okay. So we don't recommend caffeine because it will pump your stress hormones. Now, some people can drink a glass and they'll be fine, and that's fine. But
And if you're wondering if maybe like if it's affecting you, think of this. Have you ever had a cup of coffee or maybe two, and you feel jittery, you feel anxious, or you feel like you're gonna have a panic attack, you can't think straight, and then possibly after 20, 30 minutes, you feel like you need another cup of coffee, like you're crashing. Like if you're having these symptoms, then it might be that it's not doing maybe the benefit that you wanted to. So
I mean, you should be able to have enough energy without caffeine. So think
Yeah.
about that. Like, why are you drinking it? Is it because you have no energy? Maybe there are other issues that you need to resolve.
Mhm.
So basically, we recommend tea because it's so much better for you for PCOS. Like green tea can lower testosterone. Mint tea can do that too, lowering testosterone, as well as like rose tea can help you relax.
Yeah.
Turmeric tea can help you with inflammation, which all of us are struggling
There's
with.
like ginger teas for
Ginger
digestion.
tea for bloating and digestion. So we have partnered with a wonderful company. Finally, we found somebody who is PCOS friendly,
Oh,
low
yeah.
in caffeine.
Yeah, low in caffeine and
Oh, yeah.
no. So
I'm like, well, low.
no. So a lot of
I'm
sisters
so
have been
excited.
asking, like, oh, like we want. So what can we get? Like that's decaf, and that can help
Yeah.
us, and also for
Absolutely.
caffeine. So basically, if you don't know, there's like this tea brand out there. They're called Peak, PIQUE, and they basically make teas, right? But one cool thing they do is they don't use tea bags. If you don't know, tea bags contain like some sort of plastics in there. So when you like brew them in your cup, they're actually releasing these like toxic hormones that could be an endocrine disruptor.
That's right.
So yeah.
That's why you haven't been seeing me really promote like any specific tea for a long time. Even though I like to drink tea, I'm just like not that enthusiastic about what I was using before.
Yeah.
So they sent us product and I'm just freaking out over it. Like, let me read to you what it says on the back.
And just a disclaimer, they are a sponsor of the podcast.
Now they are.
Yeah, starting today, they became a sponsor of the podcast, but that's only because we agree with their product and that we have decided to take it ourselves. That's the only reason.
Yeah, they sent us a bunch of products. So I was saying, it says it's pure, triple screened for pesticides, toxic mold, and heavy metals commonly found in tea. I knew that tea commonly has like pesticides,
like sadaf,
all of these like awful things in them, and they're not made in like a clean way. And the plastic tea bag like always grossed me out. That's why I never tagged. Like every single time I made tea, I never really like tagged the tea company, just a few times, but I wasn't like that enthusiastic about it. But now I love this, and they do a cold brew crystallization method to just like crystallize the tea, and then you pour it in cold or hot water.
Yeah.
And you can drink it. So I'm actually going to show you.
Yeah, and one of the cool things is, so if you're like, let's say you're trying to go decaf, but like you want to go slowly, they actually have a very low caffeinated option for their mint green tea. So you can get like a very low caffeinated option that will basically help you easily get off of caffeine.
Please hold.
Okay, holding.
Okay, this is the packet. So all you have to do, pour it in.
Oh yeah.
Just like you do with Inositol.
And if you're wondering,
Mix it up.
this straw is not made of BPA. It's not made of plastic. It's made of silicone. So it's all BPA friendly.
And it literally just turns into tea. You guys, isn't this so cool? I love tea. Please put the brand and kind of tea. I'm going to put it on my stories right away. We have a 5% off code with them.
Yeah, the Sisterhood.
Order yours.
The code is the Sisterhood, one word, to get 5% off. And again, we're promoting this company because they have a lot of decaf options, that also help with like different things like digestion, hormonal things like that. So, and they also have a very, very low caffeinated option if you still want to kind of ease off of caffeine in like a Slow wave, that's fucking delicious. Uh,
It's so good.
all right, so 5% off code the Sisterhood. If you go to peaktea.com, we'll post about it in stories.
I just want to mention one more thing. I know tea sounds like this unnecessary, like whatever, it's not going to do anything for me. Well, if you have it 3 times a day, like studies have shown, mint tea, if you have it 3 times a day,
Or spearmint tea.
Yeah,
It's the same thing? Okay.
over a period of time, it'll lower your testosterone. So, don't disregard the effect that it can have. Like, instead of having a flavored drink, instead, you go to Starbucks, like, what do I order? Just get a hot water, take out your tea, peak tea, and like pour it in, and that's it. Like, you don't have to think about it. Just put it in your purse. You're ready to go.
Exactly. And they have like so somebody was asking about like, is it possible to reverse hirsutism, like hair growth or hair loss? So we actually had a fellow sister. We like, she was messaging us about this, and we told her, hey, if you just go through a diet and lifestyle change, it can take up to 6 to 12 months to reverse the symptoms. So she actually messaged us a couple months later saying, oh my God, I can't believe it. I followed your advice and I'm seeing the baby hairs growing back on my hair, on my head and everything. Made us super happy. And it just goes to show you, like, there is proof that it can happen. You can actually reverse that symptom of hair loss, hair growth. It just takes time, like 6 to 12 months. So just try to take your time. And like Ty mentioned, doing things like spearmint tea, helping to lower the testosterone, going gluten and dairy free, helping to control the insulin levels, and all these things, they all add up. It's like a football game, guys. Every inch counts. And my fantasy football teams are continuing to win week to week as I pursue the championship trophy. Fantasy football gods, help me for now. If you have boyfriends or partners or friends that are adamant fantasy football lovers, you give them a high five and you tell them, how was your team? Did they win? You let them know that you care about their fantasy football team.
I act like I care. I ask questions. I try to understand.
I literally, like, what's that word where you like you tell somebody something to get off something off?
Get it off your chest, venting.
Yes, I literally vent my fantasy football misfortunes to Tallene as if she even has an idea of what I'm talking about. I'll be like, Carson Wentz threw an interception and then fumbled, got me -4 points and couldn't even throw a touchdown. She's like, babe, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. What's this? Carson! But she has no idea. But you know what? That's all that matters. That she's just listening and I'm just supporting and I'm just basically just talking shit.
So my husband is on 2 teams. He supports this sister and I support him.
That's right. Exactly. I love that.
Lost 11 pounds last month. Realized I might be allergic to dairy as well. I went to claw my eyes out when I eat it.
Wow. Well, it takes time to figure that out and find that out. I'm glad you did. It takes time. But yeah, fantasy football.
Can you please get on TV and show the world PCOS so many don't know about PCOS?
That's the future.
And if you know anyone that can connect us, you message us, girlfriend.
Yeah. We've been on like a couple of like livestrong.com articles as well as like other articles. We've been trying to kind of like spread this as much as we can. We really tried super hard during PCOS Awareness Month, but you have no idea how many rejections we got. We contacted a couple of big articles.
But instead, they hired other people to write them articles all about birth control.
Exactly.
All about all of the things that we experience when we go to the doctor's office and writing about how it's the first line of approach and 1 sentence about diet and lifestyle change. And it's just so crazy, you guys. Yeah. It's really hard to get some real word about PCOS out there.
It's hard. Holy crap. Shit. Wow. You guys didn't see that. I mean, I'm sure you saw it. The goddamn fool fell down like 3 steps.
Oh my God. Hold on. I got it.
Okay. Okay, we're going to announce the giveaway winner.
Okay.
But before we do, we should just, because someone was asking about the Sisterhood and what we offer. So if you don't know, by the way, Tallene is a registered dietitian and she specializes in PCOS. She actually had PCOS many years ago, and through diet and lifestyle change only, she was able to reverse the symptoms and basically, live life symptom free. She just like keeps everything on the down low. And I'm her husband, PCOS personal trainer. We're here to help you. Now, if you're wondering how we can help you directly, we don't, at this moment, we don't do one-on-one coaching. Possibly in the future we will, but right now we offer our membership program. So with the membership program in the Sisterhood, if you want to join, it's members.thesisterhood.org. So if you want to join, basically the membership program offers you a 5-stage program. Basically, you get through the 5 stages of the first stage is discovering your PCOS type. Second stage is going gluten-free. Third stage is going dairy-free. The fourth stage is discovering your carb tolerance. And the fifth stage is learning how to work out for PCOS. As you go through these stages, they're basically like videos, like chapters. It's like a game. As you complete each one, you get points. And then you can use those points to get free stuff like a yoga kit, a meal prep kit, and more. And then we also have live Zoom calls. Basically, we get face-to-face with all the sisters in the membership, and we do a Zoom call 2 times a month. One of them is an accountability call where we ask sisters what your goals are, and then they tell us, they tell us their goals, and we help them to reach those goals and more. And then we also have another live call in the month to ask questions and answers, and that one, it's different than here because we're all in the same room. We're all seeing each other's faces. We're all asking questions, directly. So we also have a monthly workout program. So every month there's new workouts that you can do for that month. Do them, and then we basically have a new workout program that helps you change it up every single month. And we also have a recipe section that Talia has created, completely gluten and dairy free, that is based on your carb tolerance that you select. So basically, you pick your carb tolerance, and then the whole recipe section changes based on your carb tolerance. And now this also has like a private Facebook group. So you basically have a Facebook place where you can ask us questions, share your foods, ask other sisters your questions, and things like that. So that is basically, you can sign up monthly. I believe it's $27.99. And if you sign up for the annual, you get like a couple of months off for free. That's the difference between annual and monthly, right?
1 month off.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, the membership is amazing. Honestly, like, it's everything that we have learned, that Talia has learned, we basically incorporated into the membership program. And it's honestly like, I believe it's like worth the money if you're trying to manage and learn about your PCOS, because like, there's so many questions you might have. We have basically a guided step-by-step procedure for you to learn from. It's not like here are 10 fucking articles, read all these damn articles and figure your shit out, right? We're not like that. We give you a guide step-by-step. Watch this first, watch that after, watch this. Like, it's all basically outlined for you to do one step at a time. And then
you can join by swiping up in the highlight called the Sisterhood. You'll find the link right there. Just go to my page, go to the page, PCOS Weight Loss. The highlight says the Sisterhood.
Yeah.
Swipe up and join.
Yes. And then also, so that's a membership. And if you're looking for if you're only looking for just a program, like a 4-week, let's say you want a 4-week meal and workout program that's day by day, and you can just follow that and do nothing else. If you want that, we also have that. It's called the meal prep and workout course. Basically, it's a 4-week meal prep. Basically, the 4-week, you get Monday through Friday, breakfast, lunch, and dinner with all step-by-step videos. So basically, Talia is making those making those foods all in the video from start to finish, lunch, breakfast, dinner. I don't know why I went out of order.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, and then for 4 weeks, you get that 4-week outline plan video series, as well as a 4-week workout series where you basically have 4 weeks of workouts, Monday through Friday, the same thing, step by step, taught by me and Talia, video style. Everything is outlined, sets, reps, how to do the workouts, how to do the forms,
and
so much more.
You can access this on our website, PCOSweightloss.org.
Yes.
The courses tab. You'll find it right there.
Yeah. So
let's announce the giveaway winner.
Yeah. So sorry for the long explanation. Somebody asked if we can do one-on-one consultations. We can't right now, or we don't right now, but that is what we offer. And hopefully, maybe in the future, we might do something one-on-one. But right now, that is what we offer. So check out PCOSweightloss.org for all that stuff.
All right. Who's gonna win?
Okay, so we're gonna announce the giveaway winner. If you guys don't know, I think I've been talking for like the last 10 minutes. Can you explain what the giveaway criteria was?
So for this giveaway, we asked you guys to leave us a review and subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts. And that's where we will choose the giveaway winner for a 3-month supply of Inositol.
Yes.
So, Sirak, do you want
you read
to?
It.
Okay,
I've been saying.
I will read it.
I've been talking.
The winner is.
Wait! Can you make some sort of like drum roll? Make it exciting.
Okay, roll the drum.
What kind of announcement is this?
Okay. The winner is Nini Aine. Niniane
_.
I literally have to stop myself from crying while typing this. You guys have helped me so much in this new journey of my life. I was so scared when I first was told I had PCOS. I didn't know where to start. I was lost. But one day I found you guys on Instagram and it literally changed my life. You guys let me know that I am not alone, that I'm not stuck like this, that I can reverse it. Thanks, you guys, from the bottom of my heart. You guys are amazing.
Aww, that's so nice.
How exciting.
Thank you,
Are
Nini.
you here right now? I wonder.
Yeah. Her name is Nini. Niniane _. Thank you for that beautiful message. And it got kind of emotional when she was reading it because like she's been there and she knows a lot of sisters have been there where you know that like you get diagnosed and you're so emotional, you cry. Like we know this. That's why like when Tanya read this one, she got emotional and like
yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, I think it's wonderful that you guys are able to pick up what we're putting down on our podcast and actually apply it to your life and see all these great results. And then we get to hear about all your progress and it's just excellent. We're so happy. And stay tuned for our next giveaway. It's actually going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
We do it every Tuesday. Just read the caption in the post that we post and that will tell you exactly how to win the giveaway.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll announce it tomorrow and we'll have like a whole week where you can participate. But there's no buts. But basically, that's everything we had to say.
Yeah. Go on a little walk.
Yeah, we're going to walk right now. But by the way, we have big things coming up for the podcast. So today we let you guys know that we have a podcast episode on how to improve fertility with Dr. Nadia Paraguana. Mm-hmm. And I always want to call her Nadia. If you guys watch What We Do in the Shadows, you know Nadia, the vampire. I don't know. I want to call her Nadia, but that's not her name. Anyways. So today we had how to improve fertility. Next week we have PCOS and the keto diet. Very, very important topic. I know it's a very common question. We're going to talk about the keto diet on next Monday's episode. After that, we have irregular periods with Dr. Nirvana. So we're going to talk about PCOS and irregular periods and how to improve that. So it's going to be great. And after that, we have PCOS and the vegetarian diet. Mm-hmm. Can it be helpful? Can it not be? And what can you do if you are doing vegetarian to help it?
All right.
Yes. All right, everyone.
Woo! It was great chatting with you.
Bree says, "Have fun on your walk." Thank you. We will. Everybody, go on a walk. If it's the afternoon, if you haven't taken a break yet today, go ahead and take a walk right now to enjoy, get some sun. And then have the rest of your day be really cool.
That's right.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Talk to you later.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Boom. All righty. Bye, YouTube. We love y'all too.